of criminal conspiracy, fraud, and theft against 3 members of the party. Accordingly, the terms of reference of the committee included 1. Fact-finding the truth regarding the allegations of breaches of the 2022 constitution of the party as amended. Examine the state of accounts of the party. Number 3, determine the circumstances surrounding the production and submission of audited accounts submitted to INEC in the name of the party. Lastly, advise on better ways to manage the finances of the party to prevent abuses and breach of the constitution, and make appropriate recommendations, and then submit its report within 14 days. And I think today makes it 14 days. In line with the task and terms of reference, the committee commenced sitting on Saturday, 5th July 2025, in the conference room of the National Secretariat, where we are now. In order to meet up with the 14 days deadline, the committee quickly wrote letters of invitation to the alleged accused party members and all members of the National Working Committee to appear to give date at given dates and times to make statements about their levels of involvement or otherwise. All members of the committee, personal staff of the suspended national chairman, contractors, and the external auditor were invited in the interest of natural justice and fair hearing. It is noteworthy that it is the only suspended national auditor that honored the invitation amongst the 3 allegedly accused persons. While among the National Audit Committee members, only the National Organizing Secretary vehemently refused to honor the committee's invitation. It is safe to state that the committee obtained sufficient evidence from the statements of all those that appeared before it. Additionally, the documentary evidence provided by the working committee were valuable to the committee. Drawing from the statements, interactions, and the documents, the committee made some findings and far-reaching recommendations. It is hoped that the party will implement the recommendations with a view to position the party to effectively and efficiently perform its functions. So consequently, the committee is also of the view that this report will impact positively on the party and Nigeria at large if its recommendations are religiously implemented. This is because the recommendations were not for the upliftment of the party alone, but to send a clear message to Nigerians that they should not lose hope in our democratic process and leaderships at all levels. As a party, the party has taken a bold step towards cleansing itself to provide purposeful leadership to Nigerians by imbibing the core attributes of quality leadership, such as integrity, vision, empathy, accountability, transparency, courage, humility, patriotism, incorruptibility, high level of morality, and credibility, amongst others.
Received the report of the Disciplinary Committee of the Social Democratic Party. As we are all aware, this committee was inaugurated exactly 2 weeks in this very conference hall of the National Secretariat of the Social Democratic Party, and the committee were given some term of reference and were asked to submit their report within 2 weeks. In the magnanimity of the committee, I think if they submit the report within, that means from day 1 to the 14th day. What I'm sure is, out of the magnanimity of the committee, that they decide to stay put for the entire 2-week period, so as to give the opportunity to the members accused so that they can come about to defend themselves through peer hearing. So I think the party have done well, and particularly the committee have done their part by staying put for 2 weeks, so that at least to discharge their responsibility with utmost sincerity, fairness, and to give all the members a fair hearing. You can recall in the submission of the chairman of the committee that aside the 3 accused persons or suspended officers of the party, indeed, more of the members of the National Working Committee were part of those that even appeared before the committee. Some appeared and stayed for almost 2-3 hours, being questioned, like the elder statesman, the national secretary, appeared before the committee for almost 3 hours. And equally other members of the National Working Committee. And I want to assure you, the committee are here to testify. There was never a time that while the committee are doing the assignment that we even fit into talk less of trying to interfere in any respect. So I think I would like to thank the members of the National Working Committee for the cooperation extended to the Disciplinary Committee. And also I want to thank the commitment and patriotism of the members. I can recall a day to the inauguration, that was when I called Haji Alila, and Haji Alila of Lad that is in Zaria, he will be able to attend the meeting just within hours. He traveled down to Abuja, and equally the secretary of the committee and the state chairman of Eboin. And throughout the 2 weeks period, I was meant to understand the report to the Secretariat as early as 8 and close as late as 6-7 p.m. daily, including weekends. Including weekends. So I want to use this opportunity once again to thank you most sincerely for the service, not to the Social Democratic Party, but to Nigeria and our democracy. Because if we want to present ourselves as a political party that can sponsor candidates who are expected to be leaders at both the executive and the legislature, I think the political party need to be apt and doing, need to be as transparent as possible. So I think this is the essence of this entire exercise, not just because we want to find out what is there or what is here. It's a very important exercise in the history of our democracy, and I hope the Social Democratic Party have set the pace for other political parties in Nigeria. With this few remarks, I want to say that we have just received the report. We didn't know what is in the report. We have never cared to know what is in the report. But at least now that they have handed over the report to us, I want to assure all party members and Nigerians alike that we are going to go through the report, and I assure you we are going to do justice to whatever we found out that is there in the report. Just as on the day of our inauguration, we were very categorical in saying that this is not a committee for a retrench. It is a committee, just we want to reposition our party for the task ahead. And I want to assure you there is nothing changed from our earlier commitment to the Social Democratic Party, membership and leadership, and to fellow Nigerians.
D and A interest me more than any other thing. Okay? A, B, C, to find out what would have happened. We don't know what they found out. But we knew what we found out before we called them. But D and E, very important. It is not about the people who were suspended it is not about some of our own staff who had multiple accounts, okay? Staff that earned less than 100,000 naira per month, but they had 27 accounts. Not that, but how this will not happen again, and how the party will actually operate correctly, strongly, following its own rules and regulations, and how the party will position itself to be able to lead other people in this country. So I hope they have done some justice to that. And then, because this is really more for us, which is why they kept me for hours, they kept you for hours, and then now they got other people that you didn't imagine to be interviewed, and looked deeply into the Constitution. They found out, for instance, in parts of the Constitution, that the Constitution is not what we expected it to be in some areas. But we need to look at all of this. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.